Hey guys, ni hao. And in this video we're gonna talk about a country that is famous for its tea, computer technology, and warm weather all year round. Let's talk about Taiwan. Taiwan is a state in East Asia. Neighboring countries include China to the west, just 160 kilometers, Japan to the northeast, and the Philippines to the south. The official name of the country is the Republic of China, but not to be confused with the People's Republic of China. The island of Taiwan has a population of 23.7 million people with an area of 35,000 square kilometers. What is the history of Taiwan? First, it was the indigenous peoples that settled this island around 6,000 years ago. Today they're still here, but they only number 2% of the population. Then came the Europeans. In 1624, the island became a Dutch colony and was called Formosa, which means beautiful. In the 17th century, Dutch colonial rule opened the island to mass Han Chinese immigration, which led to the island being eventually annexed in 1683 by the Qing dynasty of China. Then came the Japanese. In 1895, the Empire of Japan invaded the island, and it remained under Japanese rule for 50 years until the surrender of Japan in the Second World War. When the island finally receded back to China, it was at a time when a civil Chinese war broke out, in which the communists under the leadership of Mao Zedong prevailed, and the defeated Chiang Kai-shek government had to flee to Taiwan along with 2 million soldiers. Since then, Taiwan has for all practical purposes been independent, but China is certainly not making things easier by insisting that other nations cannot have official relations with both China and Taiwan, resulting in Taiwan having few formal diplomatic ties with other countries. However, despite its diplomatic isolation, Taiwan has become one of the 4 Asian tigers. In the early 1960s, Taiwan entered a period of rapid economic growth called the Taiwan Miracle. Today, it has an export-oriented industrial economy, which is the 21st largest in the world by nominal GDP, being even ahead of Sweden, Austria, and Belgium. It's the most advanced computer microchip maker in the world, with companies like ASUS and Acer that manufacture computers and phones. Don't take my word for it, just look at some of your home PC parts and most likely some of them will read "Made in Taiwan." The country is very progressive. In 2016, Tsai Ing-wen became Taiwan's first female president, and in 2019, Taiwan became first in Asia to legalize same-sex marriages. The infrastructure in the country is one of the best in the world. The road system is impeccable, actually the 11th best in the world, even ahead of Germany and South Korea, according to World Economic Forum. And although the country has some of the best high-speed trains that can reach 300 kilometers an hour, I still prefer traveling by car because it makes it so easy to make stops along the way, wherever I want to. And to drive legally in Taiwan, you'll need to bring your international driver's permit from your home country. All highways in Taiwan are tolled electronically, and the maximum speed is 110 kilometers an hour. The population density is really high, 644 people per square kilometer. This is the second in Asia after Bangladesh. But when you're traveling around the island, you won't really feel it because there are endless beaches, mountains, and national parks. In the city, the day starts early, around 5 or 6 a.m., and the life on the streets is in full swing. You'll see people jogging and doing Tai Chi Chuan. You'll see a lot of older people who prefer to have an active lifestyle, walking in the parks and hiking in the mountains, rather than sitting at home. This man, for example, is 82 years old, and look, he's in great shape. Taiwan is a pretty rainy place, and so it's nice that a lot of parks and hotels and even museums will offer you umbrellas for free. I've noticed that the Taiwanese adore their dogs. And on the streets you can find some very cute pets. Also, they love playing lotteries, and it seems like places selling lottery tickets are never empty.
Oh, you won that? Oh, congratulations.
Let's take a look at the major cities. Taipei is the capital. The population of the city is 2.7 million people, but the metropolitan population is over 7 million people. Public transportation is great. You have buses and you have MRT, which stands for Mass Rapid Transit. It's a very efficient public transportation system, one of the best in the world, in fact.
How you doing?
Studying.
It's so clean and it's air-conditioned, and it's totally safe. And passengers are very disciplined and they stand in lines before the train arrives. The city has a lot of parks, like this one. It's called Dan Forest Park. I was lucky enough to get a room in the hotel right next to that park, and the view was incredible. It was nice seeing people go jogging and doing Tai Chi Chuan in the morning. It is also a bike-friendly city, and it seems like all the students going to the National Taipei University are riding bikes. By the way, this university is the best in Taiwan, and it's the 50th best in the world, and the campus area is just enormous, and there are 32,000 students studying there. Let's go talk to them.
What program are you studying?
I'm studying in finance.
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 You like it?
Yes, I think so.
Good. And what do you want to be when you graduate?
I'm not really sure about it because I used to think I will be a police when I grow up, but it didn't happen. So I'm not really sure about it.
What's the best thing about this university?
I think it's the people here, my peers, my friends, and the teacher here is really good too.
The skyline of the city is crowned by the 509-meter-tall, bamboo-shaped Taipei 101 skyscraper. This building was officially classified as the world's tallest from its opening in 2004 and until 2010, when they completed the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Taipei 101 is designed to withstand the typhoon winds and the earthquake tremors that are common in this area. Inside, everything is first class and state-of-the-art, from upscale shopping experience and a great choice of restaurants, to one-of-a-kind high-speed elevator that reaches 60 kilometers an hour and the world's largest tuned mass damper, weighing in at 660 metric tons. This technological marvel helps stabilize the building. The city is also known for its lively street food scene with many night markets, including Shalin and Rauho night markets. Some of the major sites include Liberty Square and the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. It's a national monument erected in memory of former President of the Republic of China. People come here to watch the changing of the guard ceremony. National Palace Museum. It has a permanent collection of nearly 700,000 pieces of ancient Chinese imperial artifacts and artworks. 8,000 years of history. They were evacuated during the Chinese Civil War. Longshan Temple. It was built in 1738, so it's almost 300 years old. It served as a place of worship and a gathering place for the Chinese settlers. Elephant Mountain, or Sangshan. It's a popular 183-meter-high, 1.5-kilometer-long hiking trail that gives you a good view of the city. The Maokong Gondola. It operates between Maokong, a place widely known as the most scenic spot in Taipei, to drink quality, locally grown tea, and wonderful Taipei Zoo, where, among other animals, you can see giant pandas. Another popular location is the Tamshui Fisherman's Wharf. It's well known for its beautiful sunsets and seafood. Within the past few years, the wharf has undergone a major renovation process. Several new restaurants and hotels and shops have been built, and in 2003 they completed the Lover Bridge. You will come across another city named New Taipei, which is basically an extension of Taipei City because it completely surrounds it. and until 2010, this area was known as Taipei County. If you feel like swimming, about an hour drive from Taipei, you'll find Fulong. It's one of the most popular beach destinations in northern Taiwan. The sand on the beach is golden in color, and they have sand sculpture art festivals at the beginning of the summer every year. Another major city is Kaohsiung. It's a coastal city and a massive port in southern Taiwan. A national center for manufacturing and shipping, home to many skyscrapers, such as the 248-meter tall 85 Sky Tower. Kaohsiung also has an MRT system with 37 stations altogether. One of the most beautiful ones is considered Formosa Boulevard Station's Dome of Light. This incredible work of art consists of 4,500 glass panels that tells you a story of human life. A beautiful subway station indeed. Some other interesting sites include the Lotus Pond. This artificial lake was opened in 1951. There are many attractions around this area, including the famous Dragon and Tiger pagodas. Those two represent important Chinese zodiac signs. The city has a lot of parks, like this one. It's called Central Park. The focal point of the city is the Love River, with walking paths and cafes along its banks. At one point, Kaohsiung was just another industrial city, but now you have places like Pier 2 Art Center, where you can enjoy the street art and the sculptures, and even take a ride in the local tram. Chijin Island is another popular place. It's a great place to come for the whole day. You can rent bikes and spend the whole day riding around the island. This place is also popular with surfers. And it has a lot of parks like this one. There's also a good choice of seafood at the local seafood markets.
Everything
If
that
you
you
like,
can see,
yeah.
you can eat. This is an open menu.
You just pick up you like.
Right.
Yeah.
But what do we have?
Fish.
Fish.
Shellfish. Shellfish. And calamari.
Okay.
Squid.
Squid. Crabs. Okay. How much is one crab?
Maybe 200, 300 for one.
Another major city is Taichung. This city is often considered the third largest, when in fact it passed Kaohsiung in terms of population in 2017. This city was planned and developed by the Japanese. It was called the Kyoto of Formosa because of its calm and beauty. Taichung is an industrial city on the western side of central Taiwan. It's a gateway for exploring the island's mountains interior. At the same time, it has a bustling city center with museums and temples, an ornate brick Taichung station, a legacy of the Japanese colonial period. The new parts of the city look amazing, like this one. It's called Situn District. Once it was just a part of the countryside, but now it has seen some rapid growth in the recent years, with new malls and office towers being built and recreational areas like this Maple Garden. And the presence of Ferrari and Maserati dealerships tells you that the economy is doing pretty well. On top of that, this part of the island has the most comfortable climate, subtropical. It has more sunny days and it's less humid. A major downside is that Taichung City still doesn't have an MRT system, but they're expecting it to appear in 2020. Some interesting sites in the city include National Taichung Theater. It's an opera house in the Situn district, a 21st century cultural facility that is not only a new landmark of the city, but also it's turning a new page in Taiwanese performing arts. National Taiwan Museum of Natural Science. It's very educational and fun, and it houses the Space IMAX Theater, Science Center, Life Science Hall, and so much more. Taichung Park. It's the oldest park in the city. It was built when Taiwan was still under Japanese rule. And of course, every city has its famous night market, and Taichung's got Fenjia Night Market, one of the largest night markets in the whole of Taiwan, they say. On the weekends, as many as 30,000 people will be passing through it. Taiwan is considered the country that introduced bubble tea to the rest of the world, also known as pearl milk tea. If you didn't know this, bubble tea is served cold and it comes in a variety of flavors. The basic ingredients are tea, milk, chewy tapioca balls, ice, and an assortment of toppings. A drink that can now rival Starbucks coffee in popularity. In Taichung, you can visit the original store, Chun Shui Tan Original Store, the home of bubble milk tea. Have you guys tried bubble tea, by the way?
So this is the place where they invented bubble tea.
Another city we're going to look at is Tainan. It's a historical city. In July 1622, the Dutch East India Company textile merchant Cornelis Reyerts sailed to Taiwan in search of a suitable location to build a trading post. In 1624, he established a small port named Fort Zeelandia. Tainan was the island's capital from 1683 to 1887 under the Qing dynasty. Today, it's known for its centuries-old fortresses and temples. One of its most famous sites is Chikan Tower and a temple erected on the foundations of Fort Provincia. If you want to know more about the Netherlands' past without having to actually go there, you can simply head to Fort Provincia and Fort Zeelandia for a glimpse of the Dutch influence that surrounded Taiwan in the 1600s. And a place that definitely stands out from the rest is Chimay Museum. It's a private museum established in 1992 by Chimay Corporation. Forbes magazine once said that it's one of the world's most surprising art collection. The museum is known for housing the world's largest violin collection and for its significant collections of ancient weapons and sculptures. Bali and Phuket come to mind when you're thinking about a tropical beach getaway, right? But Taiwan has a hidden gem not many know about. Can Tin is Taiwan's sandy retreat with palm trees and sunshine. Can Tin National Park is located at the southern tip of the island. It's known for its white sand beaches, caves, coral reefs, and mountains. The park's main resort, Hanchun Town, is home to restaurants, street food stalls, bars, and nightlife. Plenty of things to do here. Hiking in the national park, exploring the area on a motorbike, and various water activities like banana boat riding, jet skiing, snorkeling, surfing, and scuba diving. Camping is also allowed in the national park. The locals said that the number of tourists has been significantly lower than normal for the last few years because China is discouraging its citizens to go to Taiwan over some political issues.
Tourism, has it always been good? Like
Yeah.
5 years ago, tourism,
Yeah.
was it good?
5 years,
Yeah.
it's much popular, more crowded.
Oh,
People lots.
so you had more people 5 years ago.
Yeah, because the government,
Okay.
government.
The government.
Yeah, in Taiwan. So the China people, they don't come here. So the people maybe down, I think 50%.
50%.
Yeah, more.
Okay.
I think more. Yeah. So now it's maybe some Taiwanese, Europe, America, Australia, like that.
Okay.
Japanese, South Korea.
And before that, 5 years ago?
All China.
All China.
Did you know that some scenes from the famous movie Life of Pi were filmed on one of the local beaches? Well, seems like we've covered most part of the island, right? Oh no, in fact, we have overlooked the most exciting part of the island, and that is the east coast of Taiwan. People come here to enjoy pristine nature, the lively city of Hualien, and to visit Taroko National Park, which is renowned for its mesmerizing scenery. Taroko Gorge, with its tall, almost flat walls, is a true marvel to view. Besides the gorge, you can visit Aboriginal settlements, temples, museums, and numerous hiking trails. The highway that goes through the park is truly an engineering masterpiece by itself. It's dangerous, as it cuts through the mountains full of sharp turns and narrow paths, but it's a lot of fun to drive and it offers spectacular views.
Hualien, you have to come to Niyu Lake.
Lots of places that are not yet tourist traps. Less than 20 kilometers from Hualien City, this is the largest lake in eastern Taiwan. The color of the ocean on the eastern coast is light blue. Some of the cool places to visit is the Qinshui Cliff, Chiqingtan. It's one of the most gorgeous beaches in Taiwan. The water is incredibly blue, and while swimming here is not allowed, there are many other beaches to choose from. If you love scenic drives, look no further. Check out Coastal Highway 11. There is a reason it is often listed as one of the best stretches of road in all of Taiwan. A lot of people say that food is the reason to come to Taiwan. And although I'm not a big foodie, I will admit that Taiwan has some of the best foods in the world.
Hello, Piggy.
Hello.
Well, let me ask you this. When foreigners come to Taiwan, what kind of food would you recommend they try first? Even like 5 best choices.
Top one for me, I think chow tofu. The smell is no good, but
Is that what they call stinky tofu?
yes.
Oh, okay, stinky tofu.
And then you can try the Taiwanese hamburger,
Taiwanese
like a
hamburger.
guabao.
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 Yeah. And you can eat like xiaolongbao.
Xiaolongbao.
Yeah.
So what's number 4?
And you can try the fruits.
Fruits.
Yeah, fruits.
Different fruits.
Taiwanese fruits is very famous and very juicy, sweet. Another, you can try beef noodle.
Beef noodle.
Yeah, beef
Okay.
noodle. Beef noodle is a famous Taiwan.
Well, thank you for the introduction to the food scene.
Yep.
Thank you.
Taiwan is a tea culture. While there are many coffee places around the island, locals prefer iced tea with different flavors, oolong being the most popular, and it's extremely cheap. Why is Taiwan a great place to visit? Well, let me just say that you get more than you pay for. When you book a 3-star hotel, you can be sure it will feel like a 4-star. Almost every room that I stayed in had a jacuzzi, even though I was traveling on a budget. People are very friendly. I made so many friends during my 2-week stay.
Welcome, 欢迎来台湾。
谢谢你。你好。Hello. 你好。So what's your name?
My name is Sean.
Tell me 3 best things about living in Taiwan.
You can feel the people is sweet and nice. You can feel the weather is wonderful. And of course, Taiwan is a convenient and modern city. I mean, country. Yeah. Yeah.
谢谢。
Yeah. 不客气. Nice to meet you.
People would just randomly invite you to all sorts of events. And I was once invited to the skimboarding events, and we had lots of fun. People were super friendly. My first introduction to Taiwan was when I was at an MRT station looking at the map trying to figure out how to get to my hotel, and this dude came up to me and he said, "Can I help you?" I said, "Sure, I'm trying to get to my hotel room." And he spent something like 30 or 40 minutes of his time taking me all the way to my hotel. Taiwan's official language is Mandarin Chinese, but in major cities a lot of people can speak pretty decent English. It's always a good idea to pick up some Mandarin before coming here. Let me show you what I can do.
你好。你好。我想买咖啡。
要内用还是外带？
外带。
外带嘛，好。
Honestly, the trip's been a lot of fun, and I have a lot of respect for Taiwan. Let's face it, Taiwan has come a long way. In 1951, it was an agricultural country, and agricultural production accounted for 35% of the GDP. Now today, it accounts for less than 2%. Taiwan today is a mix of big city life, partying, night markets, and state-of-the-art technology. And at the same time, its traditional tea ceremonies, bathing in hot springs, and incredible nature around you. From its rich culture to the natural beauty and its diverse cuisine, there's so much to see and experience in Taiwan. Welcome to Taiwan. 欢迎，欢迎. Thanks for watching, guys.
江水。